Do the math. 60, 80, 100 hours a week, working an average 56 hours a week at the firehouse. There's not many hours in there left to sleep. I know. 2, 3 days on end, right? Pulling double, triple all-nighters. That's what it takes. You got to get in the grit. You got to crawl through broken glass. You have to fight tooth and nail. You have to want it more than you even realize you want it when you start the thing. You have to push with absolutely every ounce of grit in you. And while you're doing that, you do it at every level. You and I were talking about this at lunch today. You made mention that if I look back 12 months, what I'm doing right now is so different from what I was doing 12 months ago. And I said, and it'll be that way at every level. You're not the kind of guy that goes on cruise control. Me either, right? Yeah. There isn't a rest cycle, because we want to make the space that we're leaving behind us easier than it was for us to walk through. And we're constantly building the farm, right? I was constantly, and still am, constantly refining that layer that I'm standing on, so that as I move up to the next layer, those behind me don't have to trip. They don't have to hit those low branches. They don't have to jump over those hurdles. They don't have to walk and crawl through that fire. We're able to solve those problems. So, to more directly answer that general question, building those layers is the grit that you have to go through, right? All those blood, sweat, and tears. We, at one time we're farming 3,000 acres of grain and hay. We had 40-something stalls of horses between boarded and what we owned. And we host about 100 to 120 weddings a year at the event center that's on one of the two farms. And, all these moving pieces, property maintenance for other property owners, and, just grinding at every level, trying to get it done. There's never enough hours in the day. And I looked back as we were up out of the grit and the grind with the farm, and I looked back at that experience, and I said, I got 20 years of real solid grind left in me, but I'm not real sure I want to do it the way I just did it. I'm not real sure that I want to start completely from zero and from scratch. This opportunity gives everybody who's watching this a chance to lean into something that doesn't require them to start from zero or start from scratch.
Yeah. And for anybody who doesn't know, really fast, the toaster story is, well, when you put bread into a toaster and you push the little lever on the side down, and then you wait 45 seconds, what happens? Toast pops up. And so, every single time that you put bread into the toaster and then you push the little lever down, you know exactly how crispy, how golden brown it's going to be in the exact amount of time it takes. It's super predictable. And just like that toaster, I'm going to give you another example. If I wanted to open up a burger shop, is it smarter to go sign up to buy a franchise like McDonald's? Or is it smarter to go open up my own burger shop where I'm going to have to figure out on my own how many packets of ketchup to buy and how many napkins and how much frozen meat and how much supplies and things I'm going to need, versus McDonald's has it laid out. They got it mapped out, man. All I got to do is follow their blueprint. The kitchen set up a certain way for efficiency, right? They already tested it, trialed and errored it.